excited to introduce you to our next speaker. Our next speaker today is Pedro Góes. Pedro is the CEO at InEvent, providing an event, marketing, and sales platform for Forbes 2000 global companies. He'll be presenting today, Event Technology Going Hybrid. Thank you, Pedro, and take it away.
Thank you, Deborah. It's really great to be here today and, to share a little bit about the new hybrid world, what we are seeing here from an InEvent perspective and what the event market is going through right now. So there are a couple of things that I would like to explore today. The first thing that we're going to talk about is going to be what is hybrid. This is a key word that a lot of people are talking about, but we actually don't really know what this is. Like, I heard from customers so many things. So that's an interesting topic. And we're also going to talk about things that we are creating for the hybrid world. I think that's going to be really cool where we see the industry going. I'm Pedro. Let me introduce myself. I'm Pedro. I'm part of the InEvent company, and I'm one of the co-founders today as part of the platform. We provide virtual and event solutions for marketers around the globe, and I want to share a little bit with you about where we see hybrid going in the next few years. Let me share my screen here, and I have a presentation to share with you. So the first thing is, when we talk about this, is the virtual event world. What happened is before COVID, the market was growing, but very slowly. Like you see, like from year to year, we had an increase of about 7 to 8% year over year. And then throughout the pandemic, the growth really started to grow like crazy. So we had a lot of new companies migrating their events to virtual. And by migrating to virtual, we have seen not only customers doing virtual events only, but also a combination of, hosting new kinds of events and also hosting events that were not there before. We are seeing that some of those customers are going to go back to in-person events. That's already a trend for 2022. But most of those customers, they're going to still retain part of their virtual offering just because virtual is much easier and more affordable to host. Here's a couple of stats around the current investment on virtual event platforms and how they're moving digital marketing. So you see that we have on marketing investments an increase of about 78% in the past few months. Yeah, we can say months, not just weeks, but months since the beginning of the pandemic, now 12 months. And that was an increase of 78%, while events, conferences in person decreased by 88%. So we basically moved everyone to go virtual in the past 12 months. It's not only from InEvent that we are seeing this, but from the industry as a whole, we're seeing a combination of multiple technologies being used there. But also we see other interesting things. We see that web content is also increasing a lot. So this is a shift where marketers are creating assets that are going to be digital, and those digital assets are going to be promoted as their first asset for lead generation. So that is a very interesting increase that we don't see that decreasing over time, the web content, because people are creating this as a long-term strategy of retaining their customers. Also blogs, as you can see here, 57%, that's also something that's increasing as well. And the third thing that I think is really interesting is going to be video production, 50%. So even for in-person events in the future, we see that customers are already using more video resources to create better experiences and simulate things they cannot create in person. So that's an area where we are seeing a lot of new increased demand for not only for video professionals, but also AV professionals, editors, content, video scripters. So all of this is available here on video production on the platform. So that's an interesting trend that we are seeing today in the event market and also in the marketing software space as a whole. After the pandemic, one thing that we have started to see is that virtual platforms really started to segment themselves in multiple ways. So not only we have the video first event platforms, but we also started to see CRM platforms, lead generation platforms, focus on different segments of the virtual event space. So recently we see that there are 4 quadrants. So one quadrant will be audience engagement. So that's where most of the players today started their process on audience engagement, on making sure that the experience of the event is really going well. Then we also have lead generation, which is integration with CRMs, the process of allowing events to generate most of the leads for your upcoming programs. So that's a really interesting way of approaching the market. Then we also have interactive tools, such as companies are providing the best Q&A, the best polling, the best platform for networking. So we're also seeing a specialization on that space. And finally, we're seeing a lot of new interaction on analytics. So a lot of companies work on analytics-driven platforms to understand the data that you're getting from those virtual events and how that creates a good interaction with your platform and your business model. One thing that we are seeing also on enterprise, and I have something to share with you here. It's a new way of doing business. So when we got the way here on the platform, let me go to this slide. The in-person event industry moving forward, it's going to require that customers, when thinking about hybrid, what exactly they are going to mean by hybrid, right? Hybrid can mean sometimes people are going to be in person there, and then you have a speaker that's online, or you have someone that audience members are online and then you are in person as the speaker, for example, in the auditorium, for example, or like a studio. Or sometimes you have speakers and also other speakers, both some in person and some online. And then we have also attendees, sometimes they're in person and also virtual, so they are connecting. So this combination of things, we still see that's changing. The market has not created terms yet for that. So in event where ourselves, we're talking about in-person and virtual events, because that's much more clear to understand the message of exactly what we are communicating to the attendees. And they understand that if you're going to an in-person event, you may have some people that are going to be virtual, some people that are going to be presenting virtually, but the goal is that most of them are going to be in person. The same thing for virtual events. When you're hosting a virtual event, you're mostly approaching that most of the attendees will be virtual, and then some of them may be in person, but the event is mostly driven to be virtual. So this combination is much more clear of what people are doing. And to help create all these platforms, we have partnered with a lot of new players in the brand new event market. So the event market, it's a solution that we have created to make sure that it's easy for our partners to use the InEvent software and create the right experience for their events. Sometimes if you're doing virtual events only, and you say, now I want to host an in-person event, you actually don't know who hardware provider you're going to use. Should you get, for example, someone that already has printers locally, or should you get, for example, a production agency that can help you create that experience? And the same thing for in-person events. You are hosting an in-person event and you want to host a virtual one and you have never done that. Sometimes you want to add 3D layouts or someone that has experience with audio and video. So the InEvent platform is creating a combination of a marketplace that allows both partners and software providers to connect in a single marketplace to bring value to the InEvent platform and extend this to a new level. We see that as a big offering to our industry. We want to get our industry back on track where we was before the pandemic, and the best way of doing that is enabling these connections on our marketplace. We already have here today 12 partners. The goal is really to add more partners. So if you're a partner or if you know someone that's looking to add more services, or they have services in the event industry that'll be interesting for them to offer this on the marketplace, they can come up and be a partner. There is no fee to be listed here. All you have to do is be part of the training program from InEvent. And then if you do the training program, you'll be able to do, for example, as global audio systems. You can be listed here on the platform. You can list all the services you provide, such as 3D layouts, audio and video, event production, live streaming. So all the services is something that global audio studios may provide. And we have other partners here and different filters that we can use to find those services. Sometimes you are good on automations or market or registration, or even integrations with Salesforce. And these are services that our customers are looking for to connect with their system, right? So by partnering with, or if you have those services, you can offer this to InEvent customers. They're already using the InEvent platform. And with the InEvent platform, they already have a lot of features built in. But if they want to extend that with services and hardware, you're going to be able to offer those services directly here. We have some partners already with great reviews, not only operating in the US, but we also have global support. So if you're based in Europe or Africa, Asia Pacific, Latin America, you can also list your services here, because that's very, very important also for our customers. Sometimes they have an operation in Europe and they want to host an event in Africa. So if you're a partner that has knowledge on those services and you're based in Africa, you can be the best connection to provide those services to our partner and complement their operation worldwide. So we welcome partners in different locations. Diversity is also very important for us. And also the services that you can provide for customers is something that we're looking to do. This program, it's available today. So if you want to join on the platform, let me just move this here. If you want to join on the platform and learn more about it, we have the event market page, and also there is a page where you can learn more about how to get listed. So there's going to be a couple of benefits, a couple of criteria. If you are a company working in the event industry and you want to partner with InEvent, that's going to be a great way to get that quick started and generate more deals and revenue for you through the InEvent event marketplace. All right. So back here to the presentation, where we are talking about how to get the industry back on track. That's how we see that in-person events are going to be back. It's going to be a combination of different things, not only doing virtual events, but also doing in-person events in the same platform. We have seen some very successful and large customers migrating this within InEvent platform. These companies started doing in-person events within InEvent for the past 7 years, and then they migrated to virtual, but they still want to host now in-person events back. So they're using a combination of different services and technologies on the InEvent platform to do that. That's challenging in the beginning because you don't really know how you're going to define the best workflow for your customers. So that's why we have a cohort analysis on the platform. So if you want to see the impact that you have on in-person events versus virtual events, you can measure this with a platform like InEvent, because you can see, for example, the engagement that you see online, and then you can compare this with the engagement that you see in person. And then this is going to provide the best analytics and the best business insights on where you should focus your efforts. So that's what we mean by maximizing the impact that you're going to have for in-person events versus virtual. You need to compare this and run your internal benchmarks so we can get the best results on your company, on your KPIs. Also, if you're going to get ready for what's going to be to the future of work and be ready to deliver that new possibilities for not only customers, but also coworkers, most of them is still looking for having the possibility of working from home or having the option to connect from home. So having a platform that's going to be business ready, also for hybrid, that's going to be the future of where we see events moving forward. So that's a really cool space that we have here to connect both. All right. So that's a quick presentation. If you have any questions, we welcome to answer them and share here. If you want to attend our next session, we have a open house in the upcoming few days that you can attend. We're going to invite experts to talk a little bit about sales and marketing generation on our open house. So that's something that's an open invitation to everyone here. And if you really want to connect and learn more about our partner program and how you can connect with us, that's going to be a possibility here on Event Market, and you'll be more than welcome to join here and talk a little bit about how can we help you to make more successful and grow with the Event Market program. All right. Very good.
Thank you so much, Pedro. I do have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind. We have just another couple of minutes. I know that you have worked with some really big global companies like Amazon and Coca-Cola and KPMG and so many more. You had some of them listed there. Can you tell me a little bit about what it would be like for someone smaller to work with you? You've worked with some very large global companies. Can small people work with you as well?
Yeah, I mean, the goal of the platform is to enable the self-service model in the event industry. So we allow companies to get started with a very small package. So they not only can host events, the most common scenario that we see is customers hosting events for other customers like agencies and business partners. That's a very frequently business case that we have with InEvent. So that's ideal for you because you have the referral program. You can actually bring your customers in and you get a referral fee on top of that. So that allows you to connect and resell the software. And if you're using for just one event or two events in your company for a couple of students, for example, in the education space, or if you're an association, we also have a possibility of using our basic and express plans. So these are entry plans that we offer for you to host a very good video experience with networking online. And then you can upgrade to more advanced plans, which have more integrations, which have more automation, especially for in-person events. If you want to do badge printing, all those things, then you can upgrade. But the basic and express plans are designed for organizations that are going to host small events for students and also for associations. Yeah.
Wonderful. And so I know that you do have a listing for anyone who works with you on the website. Just about how many people do you have listed there right now?
So that's a brand new program. We just launched Event Market. It's a new initiative. We started this 1 week ago. So we already have about 15 partners. We have on our database about 70, but listed already, we have 15. We have 70 people about to be listed because of their interest in joining the program. So our goal is really to develop this and make sure that the event market is going to be a leader program for people recovering from the pandemic and and getting more leads and generation of business through the platform. And that's really our goal, because when someone that's listed on the event market, they join the program, they don't have to pay anything to be listed there if they're a certified partner, and then they're going to grow and generate business. Then InEvent we also resell licenses in this process. So that's a win-win for everyone. And that's where really we see the business moving forward, is partner with the marketplace to do really well. Yeah.
What a brilliant idea. I love it. Can you tell us now, in just less than a minute, all the ways that people can reach you? I know that you listed them, but if you can just tell us one more time how we can reach you.
Yeah, if you want to mail me, I'm available by mail. So you can reach out to Pedro at goes@inevent.com. So that's going to be my mail. Let me also put this here. So you can reach out. Actually, there is hello@inEvent. Yeah, you can email the general email, but you also have my email available. So let me put that here. Pedro Goes@inevent.com. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn, Pedro Góes InEvent, and you can connect with me there. And it'll be a pleasure to accept your invitation, and we can connect and discuss how you can be a partner, or if you're looking directly for our event platform, you can also be there, and we're going to be able to provide you the best solution for virtual and in-person events. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Pedro Góes, and thank you for being part of the One Business World event today.
Thank you so much, Deborah. It was great. Thank you.